These are the three men deciding the future of Syria. The Turkish president hosted the Russian and Iranian leaders to talk about how to end the conflict that's entered its 8th year.
As a guarantor country, it's important to attain the territorial integrity of Syria. These fights have to be ended and the country has to be rebuilt. On this, we are in agreement. The Syrian public, the civilians, are those who are losing as a result of these fights. There is a difficult process ahead of us, but the light at the end of this tunnel is getting brighter. We will not allow the face of Syria to be darkened by terrorist organizations.
But each one of these three leaders has a different definition of what they call terrorists. Turkey has influence over opposition fighters who've been fighting Bashar al-Assad's forces. Iran backs the Syrian president and has sent thousands of troops and militia to support him. Russia supports Assad, but is also wary of growing sectarianism after ISIL's defeat. But in Ankara, the focus was on what brings together this diverging alliance.
We are looking to take steps towards implementing the decisions made in Sochi. First of all, to form in Geneva, under the UN auspices, a constitutional committee which will work towards a framework in which Syrians can determine the main parameters of the state structure of their country.
The people of Syria, especially those inside opposition-held areas, or the tens of thousands forced to flee their homes, do not trust the countries who back the regime, even if there is recognition of the humanitarian suffering.
We have always emphasized from the perspective of the Iran Islamic Republic that there is no military solution to the Syrian problem. We need to help stop the war in Syria by peaceful means.
The three leaders agreed to expedite a political solution, but it might be easier said than done.
The less successful part of this initiative has been the political angle, where the three countries wanted also to push the different actors in Syria towards a political solution. But that effort has been hindered by the fact that even between Moscow, Tehran, and Ankara, there are still a number of divergences concerning the future of Syria, the future constitution of Syria, and even the role of Assad.
As foreign nations declared their support for peace, 1 year ago on this day, the Syrian Air Force dropped sarin gas in Khan Sheikhoun in Idlib province. The UN Syria Commission says it killed dozens, the majority of whom were women and children. The leaders of Turkey, Iran and Russia say their dialogue is paving way for the UN's Geneva peace process. But people inside Syria's rebel-held areas say they're pessimistic about a solution when attacks by parties backed by these three countries continue to happen. OSAMA bin JAVAID, Al Jazeera, Ankara.